Hello there and welcome to the WP Builds weekly WordPress newsletter. This is number 44 and it was published on Monday the 7th of January 2019 and it covers the WordPress news for the week commencing the 31st of December 2018. Just a couple of things before we begin, a few links to alert you to. They're all over at wpbuilds.com/something. If you go to wpbuilds.com/subscribe, then you'll be able to join our mailing list. You can get updates on Slack or Facebook Messenger and various other platforms. So if you want to keep in touch with what we do on a Monday, this that you're listening to now, the WordPress weekly news, or we have a podcast on a Thursday as well. /advertise if you'd like to either have audio ads or banner ads on our website or in the news feed. /deals for deals on WordPress plugins and themes. There's loads over there at the minute. /webinars if you're interested in checking out what webinars we've done and what we're doing in the future. We've got Laura Elizabeth from Client Portal coming on very, very soon. And finally, /contribute if you've got something that you would like to add. I will join you on a call, and for 10 or 15 or 20 minutes you can show us something. We've got a few in the pipeline, so that would be nice if you would like to fill out that form and come on to the WP Builds podcast to show us something that you're proud of. The WP Builds newsletter is brought to you today by Kinsta. Are you tired of unreliable or slow hosting? If so, check out Kinsta, who take managed WordPress hosting to the next level. Powered by the Google Cloud Platform, all their plans include PHP 7, SSH and 24/7 expert support. Migrate today for free at kinsta.com. Okay, let's get stuck into the WordPress news itself, shall we? There's very limited WordPress news this week, simply because we're in that transition period between Christmas and New Year, and really there wasn't a lot going on, so it'll be quite short. The first one, though, comes from the WP Tavern website. It's entitled WordPress.com launches new Do Anything marketing campaign. Well, over the last couple of years, WordPress has been ramping up its efforts to mark itself out as a rival for simple services like Squarespace and Wix and so on, where you just pay a fee and get everything all in one and it's very easy to use. And they've come out with this new Do Anything campaign. It's pretty good. I think it beats last year's attempt, which was a little bit of a difficult message to understand. This is, I think it's 10 short videos that they've put out with particular niches in mind. So, for example, I've just watched one about a hair salon, and there's various other ones that you can watch. The point of this, though, is that WordPress.com are trying to position themselves as a serious alternative to these other platforms. And to be honest, I don't think that can do .org users like myself too much harm. It's just going to create some knowledge and some awareness of the fact that WordPress exists, should it need any more. There's going to be an awful lot more of this marketing coming down the road because we've got some employees that were taken on over the last couple of years and so on. So very interesting space to be in. Certainly marketing for WordPress is very important for the likes of you and me. This next one comes also from the WP Tavern website, and it's about Beaver Builder. It says, Beaver Builder doubles down on serving power users in response to Gutenberg. And this is an article written by Sarah Gooding when she chatted to Robby McCullough, who is one of the co-founders of Beaver Builder, where they talk about really what's going on with Beaver Builder and page builders, I suppose, in general, now that we've got Gutenberg. And Robby illustrates the point that really they're going to double down on people like you and probably me, who are kind of freelancers building multiple sites. This seems to be one of their core markets. They've obviously got a whole bunch of people who are just building one-off sites, but you know, there's people that are building websites for a living, freelancers and so on, and this is going to be for them. And he talks in this video, and Sarah writes up what they talk about, the fact that this is where Beaver Builder sees their future going. So if you are a page builder user, and in particular in this case if you're a Beaver Builder user, it's quite interesting to see a very high level approach to how Gutenberg is going to interact with page builders in the future. And from Robby's perspective anyway, the future looks bright, which is nice. This next one is sort of tangentially related to Beaver Builder because it's by Brent Jett. It's called A Fresh Look at Customization, and there's 3 parts to this, but I'm only going to introduce you to part 1, but there are 2 more linked at the bottom of the post. Brent is a employee of Beaver Builder, so that's why there's this sort of symbiosis, and Brent has done an absolutely fantastic job. Now that we've got Gutenberg and got this whole new paradigm for creating posts, he takes on the task of seeing how WordPress as a whole could be used to customize the entire site, because this is what phase 2 is going to be all about. And he puts his ideas down. He's done an awful lot of illustrative work to show you what he's thinking. He's come up with this idea of workspaces. So as an example, here's a layout that you could use in a blog. Here's a layout that you could use for a single post. Here's a layout that you could use for a single page. And the idea being that all of this would be rolled into the future WordPress UI, and you would just click buttons and select sort of like a template. It's all very ingenious, and I was really beguiled by this post. So I would say that if you're interested in what's going to happen and you would like to get involved and you would like to make your opinion clear and guide the way that phase 2 of Gutenberg gets created, then Brent's article is a good place to start. I confess I haven't yet read sections 2 and 3, but section 1 was certainly very interesting and really well thought out from my point of view, so maybe go and check that out. Okay, now that we've talked about Beaver Builder, I'm going to move on to Toolset. Toolset have introduced a feature this week in a blog post entitled Toolset Enable Gutenberg per page or for entire post types. And if you're a custom post type creator and using Toolset to do that, then they've enabled the option to have Gutenberg as the editor of choice, so you can go back to the classic editor on a per page or post basis, and a little button appears which says, do you want to edit this in Gutenberg, or do you want to edit it in in the classic editor? Or that you can enable the option to do the entire custom post type with Gutenberg or without Gutenberg. It's a nice little tweak, and it just shows what's possible. You just get this extra little button and you can flick between the two, or decide in advance that this is what I want to use for this particular custom post type. And I know that a lot of people will be looking for this kind of stuff, so it's nice to see that Amir and the crew at Toolset are doing this. Okay, the next couple are all about image optimization. The first one is a bit of a shout out to the guys at WP Compress. They've decided for a very short space of time that they're going to offer a lifetime deal on their image compression suite. It's all offloaded onto their servers, and you get a dashboard if you're an agency person, and you can monitor what everybody's doing in all of your subsites and so on. But the pricing is in the link. You basically click on the link in the show notes, I'm going to call them, and you'll be taken to their pricing model, which is a lifetime price, 2,500 images per month for $199 for life, 1,000 images for $99 for life. This is per month. If you like, you're allowed 1,000 images per month, but you pay once, $99. And if you want 500 images per month, it's just a one-time fee of $49. I don't know how long this is going to last. I think it's just for the next few days. So if you're into that and you need a bit of image compression, then that's certainly worth checking out, I think. The lifetime pricing going away soon. The next one is also related to image compression, but this is WP Dev's Smush plugin, which does a very, very similar thing to WP Compress that we've just mentioned. However, they've just brought out a couple of new features. One of them is automatic image scaling. So essentially, it'll scale the image to the container that it needs to fit in, so that you don't get page speed insights saying, look, this image is far too large, go away and sort it out. But also they've got a CDN, so they'll offload the delivery of images up to, I think, 10 gigabytes on their tier if you're a member of WP Dev. For me, it caused a bit of a problem. I tried it out and it caused a problem with my feed, but they immediately got on and said that they're going to sort that out. But nevertheless, it's nice to offload those images. If you don't have billions and billions of them, that's probably quite a nice feature if you're a Smush user. Okay, the last WordPress one this week is just a bit of a pithy, silly article. It's on talkmag.io. It's TalkToons, where they do a little kind of, it's like you find in a newspaper, a little cartoon, just 3 or 4 images about, in this case, about what blocks they would like to see in Gutenberg. One is the Ouija board block, so that you can write via the Ouija board. The next one is the GeoCities sort of really 8-bit pixelated block and random stock photo block. Anyway, I just love the fact that somebody takes the time out to do this. I see this in the newspaper all the time, these little funny drawings, highlighting up-to-the-minute news items. But it's nice to see somebody doing this in WordPress. It's lovely, really cool. Okay, so we're on to 3 utterly unrelated to WordPress news items, but interesting nevertheless. First one is over at neilpatel.com, and it's called The Ultimate Guide to Using UTM Parameters. Now, I am no expert at this, and actually the article was so long that I haven't quite finished it yet, but you often see this in long URLs. You'll see all those strings and parameters going on at the end of a URL where somebody is basically tracking you. And these are called UTM parameters, and this is a very, very long article which tries to explain exactly what these are, what you can do to build them, how they can be used for just about every platform on earth. So that's the reason I'm mentioning it. It's just a bit of a long read for the new year. Okay, the next one is on the TechCrunch.com website, and this is entitled New Malware Pulls Its Instructions from Code Hidden in Memes Posted to Twitter. It's just absolutely fascinating the lengths that people go to. It says security researchers say they found a new kind of malware that takes its instructions from code hidden in memes posted to Twitter. Although the malware itself is a little bit primitive at the moment and doesn't do a great deal of harm, takes screenshots and so on and so forth. It's interesting that the person is set upon by memes that are read in their Twitter feed, and then Trend Micro go on to explain how this is all achieved. It's just absolutely fascinating. Won't go into the technical details, but how did the Twitter feed get polluted in this way? Brilliant, and also horrible at the same time. And the very last one for this week is a very, very amazing picture that I saw on the Poke website. I've never come across the Poke website before, but I came across this. It is, if you have a camera, you'll know that it's got a pixel rating, so it'll be 16 megapixels or 20 megapixels or something. This is an image, I think it's from Beijing, judging by some of the shadows and the buildings that I've seen. And this image is 24.9 billion pixels. And it's extraordinary because you click on a bit of the picture, which seems to be utterly in the background, and you zoom in, and it's like a brand new full picture. And then you zoom in again and you get the same effect. So things that you literally can't see on the original picture, you can zoom in and see. You can see people inside their houses and things. It's remarkable. So go and check that out. A strange last item. So there we go. That's the WordPress and other weekly news for this week. I really, really appreciate you joining us. I hope you've had a happy Christmas and New Year and are back into the swing of things. Certainly appreciate you joining us. The WP Builds news was brought to you today by Kinsta. Kinsta takes managed WordPress hosting to the next level. Powered by the Google Cloud Platform, your site is secured like Fort Knox and runs on speed-obsessive architecture. You get access to the latest software and developer tools such as PHP 7, SSH, and staging environments. And the best part, their expert team of WordPress engineers are available 24/7 if you need help. You can migrate today for free at kinsta.com. And we thank Kinsta for their support of the WP Builds podcast. Hope you have a lovely week. We'll see you on Thursday for the podcast. Until then, bye-bye for now.